So on this monument, there are a lot of symbols. The urn on the top is basically an Egyptian. Kind of goes back to the Egyptians burying the pharaohs and the pyramids. They would remove the internal organs from the pharaohs, put them in an urn with preserving material, oil or wine to preserve them. When the pharaoh came back, his organs were still preserved for him to use. The drape over the top indicates mourning. It goes back to when they were before funeral homes. People, when they died, were laid out in their homes, and it was tradition to drape pictures and mirrors in the home. The book that's underneath the urn is another symbol that you see a lot. The closed book is an example of, for example, when you're reading a book, you come to the last page, the last chapter, you finish the book, you close the book, and the closed book means the end of the story, the end of the physical life. This type of monument is metal, and they used to call it white bronze. It actually was zinc, and they were sold primarily door-to-door salesmen through catalogs. And they were customized. You could order whatever symbols you wanted. There were several different styles, very large ones to very small ones. And the only part that had to be personalized then was the name and date information. The font on the green, the name green down there, has an interesting meaning. It's acacia branches. And acacia wood or acacia branches, when you see that font, when you see the names in that, that is an indication of the spirit living on forever. This particular monument, the hand with the finger pointing up, that's a very common sign on older stones, also a common symbol that was used, and that indicates where the person went. He went up to heaven. This particular monument, this is a very common symbol with older tombstones, the tree that's been cut down, life is cut off, life's cut short. The torches, the inverted torches that you see on the side here, those often indicate the death of the head of the family. And the inverted torch, the physical life has ended, but whenever you see an inverted torch, they're always going to have flames. They're still lit at the bottom because the physical life has ended, but the spirit of the person still is on fire. The spirit still lives on after the physical life has ended.